Dia de los Muertos is not a time to sit down and cry. Dia de los Muertos is an opportunity to invite the people who are not with you physically to come visit you spiritually. When you invite someone to your house, the very first thing you do is you clean. And we make sure that everything is clean. We wouldn't want to disappoint mom and dad either. Some people will even prepare a bedroom for that. We don't have enough bedrooms for that, but some people do. They will sit out photographs of the people that they love, make the food that they like the most. They'll also just have a party. There'll be dances. Have you ever been to a Dia de los Muertos? The Dia de los Muertos is so much fun. So it's a dance, it's a street party. Some people in San Antonio will go to the street. Some people will keep it very, very tight to the family. What my family and I do when we're inviting my parents in, or my father-in-law, or anybody else we're inviting, even my dog Pekin, who's no longer with us, what we do is that we'll go to the cemetery and we'll take some cempasúchil, which is marigolds, and we'll take the petals and we'll leave a trail from my father's and mother's grave all the way to our home. It's about a 3-mile trek. We will make a big cross at the door that lets them know that this is where we go. And that's especially important since a few years ago we moved, we built a new house, and we wanted to make sure that mom and dad knew where we were. So we marked the spot. Well, you know, with a name like Dia de los Muertos, you can kind of hear the horror movie soundtrack in the background, but really it's not creepy at all, because I like my parents and I want them to visit me, and I like my father-in-law and I want to share some more time with them. And it's a way for me too to share some time with my children and their grandparents, because my kids were born after my parents both passed away. And so on the day that my daughter was born, I thought to myself, Maya's not going to know her grandparents. And I thought, well, she can. And so she does. And she knows that my father liked to drink beer. She knows that my mother liked pineapple. And she knows that her grandfather Howard, who she did get a chance to meet, liked jelly beans. And so they know a lot about their grandparents, even though they never met them in person. They meet them in spirit. When we celebrate the people that we love who've died, that day is reserved for those people. And that means that when that day is over, you can resume your own life. It's really great psychologically, because those people would want you to go on living and to have a normal, productive life. And if you're stuck in mourning, then you can't continue living yourself. So by celebrating the people who are dead, we are actually giving ourselves permission to live. And I think of my mom and my dad every day. I do. And sometimes I feel a little bit sad, but I know that there is a special time for me to just think about them, to give them my complete attention, to make sure that the house is perfect, to make sure that the meal is just right, and that day is theirs. And the other 364 days of the year, they're mine, and they're my family's, and I can look at my children, and I can have fun with them, and it's a great way to overcome the fear of death, because you got to face it. You are going to die. But with Dia de los Muertos, every year you get to come back home and to visit the people that love you. And as long as people are talking about you, you're never dead.